here for our special week. And while we can't be together in person, I'm just glad that we get to be together on our screens. So this week we are going through the journey through the parables. And so each day we're going to have a different story that myself and Oren and Elizabeth and Elise are going to tell us, and then Mr. Eric is going to help us with some songs. So to start, I'm going to unmute Oren and Mr. Eric. And Mr. Eric, would you start us with a song this morning?
Of course. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made.
Love that song. Can we do it one more time, maybe a little bit faster?
If everyone's going to sing along and keep up, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made.
Wonderful. Oh, I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. Well, we are now going to turn it over to Oren. He is going to tell us our first story for the week, and it's the parable of the sower. Now, some of you who maybe have been in Godly Play will have heard this story before, but I want us to listen with our ears and our eyes, and we're going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. It's good to be with everyone today. I'm pleased to be able to tell the first story. As Katie said, it's called the parable of the sower. But first I have to find the story and make some space to tell it. Maybe there's a parable in here. You know, this is a gold box, and you know, gold is very valuable, and parables are even more valuable than gold. And you know, this box looks like a present. Parables are like presents. They were given to us even before we were born. So this parable belongs to all of us. This box looks pretty old. Parables are very old. And note that it has a lid on this box. Parables are closed, and we come back to them time and time again, and they open up to us. Let's see what's inside. I wonder what this is. Brown. I have some other things used in telling this story as well. Well, perhaps this is where we should begin. There was once a man who did such amazing things and told such amazing stories that people started to follow him. And he talked about a kingdom not like anyone had ever seen before or heard before or even visited. And one day they asked, what is the kingdom of God like? He said, the kingdom of God is like a sower. A sower is someone who plants seeds, scatters seeds. So this sower scattered seeds upon this path. And the birds of the air came and ate up all the seeds. Now some of the seeds that he scattered fell upon rocky ground. See, that's very hard rock. And when the seeds started to grow, the roots couldn't penetrate the rock. They couldn't go down into the rock. So when the sun came up, the plants died. Some of the seed fell upon thorny soil, and the roots did go down, but when the plants tried to shoot up, there wasn't enough room, and the thorns choked the plants and they died. But some of the seeds grew on good soil, and the roots went down and the plants grew up, and they grew and grew and grew. And when the harvest time came, it produced 30 bushels, 50 bushels, and 100 bushels. Now I wonder if this man has a name. I wonder what he thought when the birds of the air came and ate up all the seeds. I wonder if the birds have names. I wonder where he was when the seed fell on rocky ground. I wonder where the sower was when the seeds fell on the thorny ground and were choked. I wonder where the sower was when the seed fell on the good earth and grew and grew and grew. I wonder how much seed he kept to grow more plants. I wonder how much seed he used to sell to other people. I wonder how much seed he kept to feed his family. I wonder what surprised the sower most about this story. And I wonder today what all of you might do with this parable. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to tell this story today at the beginning of Vacation Bible School is to connect this story to something else that you're doing in Bible school. If you have your VBS bags out, I hope you will grab your Pennies from Heaven mic box. Does everyone have one of those at home? Well, I want to tell you a story about this Pennies from Heaven, and it has to do with sowing seeds. And Katie, if you'll show the PowerPoint slide. Here we go.
Oh.
St. Paul's has been connected for many years with the basic school. If you go to the next slide, I want everyone to meet Bishop Joseph there. He's the bishop of the Diocese of Rank, and those are the leaders of the Diocese of Rank. That's Dean Martha, who's the Dean of St. Matthew's Cathedral. And then there is the principal of the Rank Basic School and teachers at the school. Well, many years ago, when Bishop Joseph came to see us, he told us the story about these pennies that we gather at St. Paul's. He said he's seen a miracle happen with these pennies, that he takes them and they're like seeds that grow on good ground, and they grow 30 and 50 and 100-fold. And one of the things that happens with these pennies that grow and multiply and go 130, 50, 100-fold is that they provide for a school for all of these children. So let's have a little look at the grant. That's the Rank Basic School, and there are over 1,000 students in this little school. There's so many students that they have to come, and some come in the morning and some come in the afternoon. And at St. Paul's for over 25 years now, we have helped raise money through the Pennies from Heaven program to support this school in Sudan. And the children there are so happy and so pleased to be connected to us and know that there are children on the other side of the world that help support them in their education and in their life in Rank. So this week, when you gather your pennies, know that this is the school that you're supporting, the Rank Basic School in Rank, South Sudan. So thank you in advance for your generosity and support. The whole parish will be part of a program in July to essentially raise scholarships to help pay for students to go to school, to pay for their one meal every day, for their school uniforms, and 1 year of tuition. So thank you. Thank you, Miss Katie.
Of course. Of course. Well, thank you, Orrin. I know it's such a special, I remember when I was all of your ages and I was collecting pennies for heaven. So that shows you how old I am. But
We've been doing it a long time.
We've been doing it for a long time. And so I really love this, way for us to give back to our church and our fellow Episcopalians. So I am going to turn it back over to Mr. Eric for our next song. And then we'll end our time today saying our Children's Creed and our Children's Prayer together.
All right. I was going to sing a different song, but just thinking about what we have and what we can give. I think instead of singing the song I was going to sing, maybe we can sing a song that I know a bunch of us already know that is about being thankful for the things that we have. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and rain and the apple seed, 'cause He's been good to me. The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and rain and the apple seed. Yes, He's been good to me.
I love that song. Well, we're going to put our hands together for our Children's Creed. So everyone put their hands together. And I think we all should know this, but we're going to say, I believe in God above. I believe in Jesus' love. I believe His Spirit too will come to teach us what to do. Amen. And then we're going to end our time with our children's prayer. So Eric, if you will sing us out with the children's prayer, that would be lovely.
Sure. For this new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for every gift your goodness sends, we thank you, gracious Lord. Amen. We thank you, gracious Lord. Amen.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for joining us this morning. I hope you have a great day doing maybe your crafts or your nature activity or gathering pennies for our pennies from heaven. Whatever you may do today, make sure you have your flat St. Paul's and take a photo with it. And I can't wait to see all of your wonderful adventures today and this week. So have a great, great rest of your day. And we will all